Greetings, friends. This is, in fact, will, in all likelihood, be the last We Don't Forgive Toon Critic podcast. Barring Sack getting thrown in jail, well, then all bets are off. Or we're getting a roster of people who wish to vent. I think, however, that we've come to the end of the line as far as that goes. The door is naturally still open. I've been told by some of my fans they like this format. The problem being is bronies won't come out and roast people publicly. People are just willing to lump their own problems. It's why the keyblades of the fandom are allowed to run around the crazy ponymans, the directors, or any other deviant who harasses or does worse to girls of the underage variety. Quick retraction, I misspoke on Finn the Pony last video. I got poor intel. I did ask Finn if he was harassed in any way, shape, or form, and he said he was fine. I think Beefish wanted to vent about how Dr. Wolf gave a moment with Dr. Wolf to the director, and how the director kept citing Wolf as a legit authority on relationships. And I would adore to give her a venue to vent on that topic, as well as anyone else with similar issues with good old Wolf. Comment down below if you would like to hear more on that issue. I take a strong issue with charlatans and hucksters who present themselves as medically certified, or groups that present themselves as such. At best, people like that can be represented as a 12 steps program like Alcoholics Anonymous. There is an incident with a pack of individuals who present themselves as somewhat professional in the community that I will be keeping a close eye on them for the foreseeable future, but I'm going to keep that vague, unfortunately, for now. Oh, I do have some good news. While moving forward, this podcast won't have the same topic. This week, I've had on Beefish, Raven Haywire, two people from Limbo as well as Vita's Top of the Barrel chat, Luximus, one of KP's former workers, as well as a Limbo local, Drake Vagabond, who's from Josh Scorcher's people, as well as Limbo, as well as Buttons, my girlfriend. We will all chime in on artists in the community. Fifi's will indeed be heard in that podcast, and Savagery will be turned up to 11. Pre-word, I don't agree with everything said in that show, but you know what they say, good people can go to heaven and bad people can go to hell. But everybody, and I do mean everybody, can go to Limbo. Till next time. I assumed in Toon's case it was...
No.
Oh, no one else does, so again, we'd be on speculation terms. I assumed Toon just saw, okay, it's somebody younger, it's somebody that'll be easier to mold or manipulate.
Yeah, I think the interesting thing is that he definitely did, when we were in calls, private calls and everything, he would definitely mention how young I sound and how young I look. It felt flattering at the time, but I didn't know it was because he saw me as a child. If that's what I mean to get at. So it's like these private calls with him, he's saying I look very young and youthful and shit like that. And yes, it's flattering, but when you really get into the context of why he said it now, I'm actually disgusted. I'm uncomfortable by how he would use that kind of wording towards me, and it was because he wanted me to look like a child. Like, I told him I was 21, and he went like, "Oh, okay." But then I showed myself, and he was like, "Oh, you look like you're 15 or something." I'm like, "Excuse me?"
Jesus, I'm
like, the first time that, like, I think at, like, some point he kind of knew my age, but he had to, like, second guess, because there was one time I popped in on a live stream he was doing, like, a really long time ago, and he was like, "Just making sure, Molly, you're 18, right?" Like, he had, like, a certain, like, he had a questioning tone in his voice, so he was, like, making sure that, like, I was as old as I sounded, and I actually up front said, "I am 22. I am not a child." He's like, "Okay."
Okay, he says carefully, like he thinks he's going to offend us.
Like, okay,
well, there was again, I don't know how comfortable it is to mention this, but I'm trying to remember it's somebody from Limbo who had a crush on him. I'm trying to think of her name. What's that young girl in there? Mimi? Galaxy Sketch, I think.
I don't know.
Oh, Melody Sketch?
Yeah. I remember her having a crush on Toon, and I remember about the same time when they wouldn't tell anybody who they were dating, and I was like, "Oh, is it Melody?" And he's like, "Gross, dude, that's underage." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And that's probably another reason why I didn't think anything about it. And then my second guess when I went to Kichi was like, "It's Isaac, isn't it?" And she's like, "How'd you guess?" I was like, "Because they've been kind of close forever."
Yeah, yeah, there was like one point, because I was in the domain chat for a while when I first got added in. He had Isaac staying over at his house for, I think, the weekend for one of the cons that was going on. And just as a joke, he like kissed Isaac, and unfortunately I missed seeing it because it was like my Skype had glitched. So one of his friends had to send the picture of him like kissing Isaac just as like a joke, but I was just like, I knew it, I ship it.
Jesus.
Well, also looking over the screenshots and everything, he said he was dating for Isaac for like a year while talking to that 14-year-old or something, like, this is my boyfriend, I don't, that kind of thing. And I found it very interesting that I was dating him only 6 months ago and I had no idea who even Isaac was. So from the very beginning, he was cheating on me. I should have known something was going on with that.
Yeah, there was also he was trying to hit on Painted Patience at the same time too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Do you want to hear
that made me mad. I don't know why that made me so mad. I was like, dude, like, dude, this is not cool.
You guys have no idea. Okay, so he started dating me about a year ago. Mm-hmm. Towards the end of 2016 when he started talking to Pastel. Not only was he cheating on me because this is when he started doing this shit.
Should we be sharing her name?
Sorry, this girl.
Probably not.
Oh, fuck, I forgot we were still recording.
just beep that out or something.
Well, let's look at it this way. When you first said so and so, I thought you meant like, the Hispanic panic, and I was like, what? I think she's gonna want to fight you, Mimi. That's not cool.
Back to the topic. Not only was he doing this with this girl, but he was also cheating on me with another chick, completely different, and a dude who he would later on leave me for.
Mimi, I kind of hate to break it to you, but he was also secretly. Okay, Toon and I never dated, but he ended up secretly but he was flirting and used me as his friends with benefits behind your back as well. Mm-hmm. So technically it was 3. So technically it was about 4.
So if that doesn't show you what kind of a cunk, whatever word you want to describe him he was, then there you go.
A lot of his actions are very sleazy, and the things he did were unforgivable. And I think forgiveness is earned, but with someone like Toon, it's impossible for me to look at him and actually see him as a person.
I would actively sabotage Toon Kritic from getting better. I want him to go to jail. I don't want him to get fucking respected. If I saw him, he's like, I'm on the straight and narrow. I was like, here's an 8-ball. Here's a hooker. I don't want you to make yourself better. You're a shitbag. Hopefully you roll over and die.
At this point, Toon Kritic doesn't really even exist anymore in my eyes. To me, he's more of a bad blurb in history that could just go by without me ever caring.
He's a meme.
Yeah,
he's a meme.
He's the new cool cat.
Some memes, people keep them on life support.
The new cool cat.
God.
He's the new cool cat. I watched him for 20 seconds and then never cared about it again.
Nice.
He was an episode he was like 5 minutes of the intro of The Bachelor that I ended up just like forgetting.
You watched The Bachelor?
No, no. I never watched the show before. I was very confused for like the first 5 minutes because it was all just flashbacks of what happened on the last episode and I couldn't keep up. Yeah. So I quit after like the first 5 minutes when they showed the flashbacks and I'm just like, I'm done.
No, just taking it in, Like,
no, I gotcha.
Finally having 6 months of basically keeping this in like private circles and things like that, and then finally getting the chance to talk about it. And I think the real reason for why people are allowed to talk about it now is because we know Toon Kritic can't do anything. We know Zach can't do anything.
I was open for business before I was open to talk about him. Like, there were a lot of people like, oh no, you have to back away from Pastel. You have to back away from Mimikage. They're insane. And I'm like, 1, I don't agree. 2, if they are, how's that going to stop me? Do you know the people I hang out with?
Me insane. That's
Yeah, Mimikage is a wild woman, and I'm like, whatever.
I have shown nothing but kindness to all of these people except for the occasional times when I got mad, and they were all aimed at Toon Kritic.
Yeah. I've heard legend of Mimikage being mean, but I've never seen it, so yeah.
I'm kind of scared to see the goat get mad.
If I'm mad at you, you have done something horribly wrong because I usually do not get mad at people. It's very hard to get me legitly mad. I will be kind of mean and tease you, but I will never legitly get mad at somebody. If I do, you fucked up and you should probably hide because I'm about to strangle you.
Okay, then. Note to yourself, do not piss off, do not get an angry goat mad. Underline.
This is what you guys have to understand. I'm a nice person, but I'm Mexican, so there's that underlying rage that will come out at any moment and break your neck.
Oh, I see.
And you never know when it'll come out. One day I'll just be kind of pissy and someone will steal my soda and I'll just be like, you fucker!
Considering I've also been on some of the receiving end of Pastel Prose's angry rants and stuff, I know how angry Mexicans can get.
Oh, that's gonna make her day. She's Puerto Rican.
I love you, Pastel! I love you!
See,
you're going to get
her anger and my anger are very different. Her anger is yelling. Mine is punching you in the face until you can't see anymore.
God, I wish I could do that to Toon.
Yeah,
I kind of wish I went to BronyCon just so I can punch him in the face.
He's banned from most of the conventions. Did you see, this was actually funny, Windy City Con was plugging their con or something like that, and I think Vita's friend Jace is like, you come live to see a pedophile, and they're like, fuck no, you can't. They literally, their actual Twitter literally sent that they wanted to make it quite clear that Toon is not welcome there. Windy City Con is very boring.
Shows up, he's getting shot.
Yeah, I'm friends with a couple members of the Windy City and Ponyville Ciderfest con staff, and they have specifically said if he is within a centimeter or even a millimeter in our premises, he's out. We do not want him. We do not want him here, and we will not hesitate to have people watch us physically throw him out.
I would like that recorded, please, and sent to me.
If it happens because I'm going to Windy City this year, if that happens, I will be sure to send every single person the link.
Oh, I did think about going just because that's the only reason, because Windy City Con was kind of boring, but if I could see him getting dragged away kicking and screaming... Hey, could you open the door with his head?
It fucking blows my mind because it's Toon's face is literally everywhere on the internet. Zach's face is everywhere. So the moment someone looks at that face and sees he's coming in through the doors, he's getting fucking kicked out. I don't know how or why he would even try to attempt to go to a con now, due to the fact that his face is everywhere and shown to be a pedophile.
I'm sure it's mostly towards Brody conventions, but I actually am hesitant because he goes to a lot of other because he goes to Wizard World a lot. I'm wondering if it's possible they have to put this up at other convention staff in the other cons he would go to.
He did go to Anime Midwest, so that is someone who's, I guess if you could go anybody into that community. I know Miss Anthropony met up with him. I was there briefly and then I ended up leaving. So.
Mm-hmm. See, I only have power over the cons here in Vegas, so I can't do anything about that.
I think I have some influence with the BronyCon staff because I live an hour away from Baltimore, so.
Yeah.
Well,
he ain't stepping foot in my home state again. Nope.
Well, it's also the fact that
if he does, there is an AK-47 rifle aimed right for his genitals, and he is going to be flown back with his genitals intact back to Chicago.
Hey, we don't want him back. You can keep him.
I think the thing that we need to remember is that he's...
There you go. Canada.
I think the thing that we need to remember is that he isn't just a part of the Brony community. He's a part of the anime community, furry community,
the wrestling community,
or whatever. The wrestling community. He's a part of a lot of communities. We can't just be talking about the Brony community because he's a part of furry communities, which also has children in it.
I understand.
That's the kind of thing I'm kind of more concerned about.
I understand that too, but a lot of the other communities aren't as tightly knit as Brony. Because in Brony, here's the thing: everyone is connected by at least 3 people in this community. Let's be honest. You can somebody knows somebody that knows somebody that can get to you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, I highly doubt that like anybody from like the anime community would probably be like as close knit or know who he is.
Again, the only people I know that went to Anime Midwest were, I guess I could tell Map to look into it, but then again, he's kind of a candy ass and ran out. You guys are still talking about Toon Kritic. Gasp, runs out of the room. And, no. You know what was amazing about that? He left the room and Spirited Rainbow said, "Good, I'm not putting him back in."
Good.
Sapphire's like, fuck that guy.
Wow.
And that was the funny thing is I kept telling Map, and he's like, "What? Toons?" He doesn't like you. He hates you. I don't know how to tell you this, Map. And he could be cashing in like a madman right now. Do a rant on Toon. Fucking people would love one of your rants on Toon right now. Shit.
Oh, I'm so mad. I'm gonna make a rant video of how I'm so mad at this whole situation. And it's like, I can't tell if you're mad or not.
You make him sound like Granny Smith. Grandma Miss Anthropony.
Granny Smith.
Oh, Lord.
It's me, Miss Anthropony. I'm so mad at Toon Kritic. I'm gonna rant about for 10 minutes on how bad he is. Man.
Can I say how much the Burning Donuts video actually did make me mad? Like, you're
With
fucking
the first
victim
one?
blaming. Thanks, man. The Burning Donut.
Oh, no,
I think.
yeah, no. Okay, there's been two, and he did sort of walk it back in the second one. It gets funnier because Kichi's talking about it. She's mentioning it to him, and he's like, "Well, I heard from Sheldon. Sheldon has nothing to do with this. Absolutely. No, in no way, shape, or form is Sheldon any kind of connection than Toon other than, he asked me for money and I told him no. That is the extent. And good on you, Sheldon. You know, you were right to be a cheap ass for once. But, yeah, Sheldon is not a source of information on, this girl or really any of Toon's victims. Christ, that I know. Okay, you know what? Maybe. If there's a chance, and I don't want to write that off because there's been women who've come to the PFC. God save their souls.
Oh, God.
Shout out to Stardust.
Love you, Stardust.
Hey, Star. That was I remember the first BC I was walking with her. She like had us ditch Toon for a little bit. She's like, "He asked me for pity sex." I said no. She was all giggly about it. She's like, "Tee, I told him no."
Orgy happened.
Yeah, that was the year of the orgy.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Yeah.
Gross.
Wow.
I said no.
Yeah, I said no.
Poor girl.
Yeah.
Poor girl.
Yeah, it was about we were at the was it? Yeah, Mimi, were you at the that one party where everybody was watching DuckTales this year or last year?
Yes, I was.
The pool
Yeah, that was the Renaissance Hotel.
Yeah, the pool that was like right over, like behind where we were watching the thing, is where me, Stardust, Elior, and all them were hanging out. And when it got too seedy, Stardust is like, "I'd like to go," and Elior's like, "I'm tired and I'm leaving." And I walked back from there, and supposedly sometime later is when the orgy happened after I'd left.
I'm just saying that like last year I was actually at the hotel where that happened, and now that actually makes me question if like I'm going back to BronyCon this year. I'm like, I'm gonna have to book a new hotel. I don't want to be in the spot where the orgy happened.
Huh?
See, I didn't notice because I was kind of busy sucking Soldier's face. So.
You were doing that in our hotel as well. You were doing that in a lot of places.
To be fair, we only had like 2 days together. We had to stuff all the relationship shit in 2 days.
Well, I'm glad that you two were very happy.
Yes.
I will be happy to say that if I get more commissions, I plan on coming to BronyCon this year.
Well,
I do. I feel safer this year.
Yeah, no, free heads up. I have no record. I'm still looking for a hotel. I always pay. You can ask from Kichi to Stardust that I am a well-behaved suite member. The only incident we had was Rocky, and we threw him the fuck out.
Well, if I go to BronyCon, I'm almost 100% positive that I'll probably be going with my brother,
Okay.
or possibly with someone of close family to get a room.
Okay.
I might get my sister to come with me. So there's that. I'm kind of excited if I can go.
God, last year was so epic. dear Lord.
Oh my god. At least it wasn't as fucking humid as it was in 2016. That was ridiculous.
Oh god, I died.
It's gonna be fucking humid this year, dude. They're gonna do it in the beginning of summer.
Sometimes it's still chilly around there. You never know.
Yeah, it is chilly about there, but oh my god. Be glad you did not come to BronyCon 2016, Mimi. Like, all of us were dying.
I was like, oh, let's walk to the bar, and I remember that was the year I was still hanging out with Vita nonstop, and he's like, no, I don't want to go outside. It's too shit.
It's too hot.
Yeah, can't we just sit here in the hotel?
Like
Fuck the con.
Okay, it was like you were swimming through the air.
Yes.
It was so humid.
No exaggeration.
I can handle hot. I live in Vegas. The only setting here in this state is hot.
Yeah.
But I cannot do humid.
It was humid as hell. It was just putrid, beat you in the face humidity.
It's my biggest reason for why I like where I live, because it's like not humid ever. It's just hot.
Texas.
Same.
I feel like we got way off topic.
Yeah.
It's either hot or you're going messy.
Well, we were reminiscing.
Or you're going Eskimo.
Yeah, for anybody paying attention, BronyCon's so good you can even remember the shit times and be like, yeah, that was good.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like I can look back on certain moments and be like, that was a fun time. I can't do that with a lot of things.
That didn't suck.
Yeah, no, if I can go to BronyCon, I'm totally going to get a drink with Vita, because I promised him. I promised him when we would do it.
Dude,
I was like, sweet.
Try and get a chocolate cake shot with them. Those are pretty good.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I still talk to Vita, but we're kind of in the middle of an argument right now, so I'm like, fuck you.
Yep. Oh, I was going to say, he was one of the people I was considering bringing in for the call, but I didn't know if anybody would be cool with it.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm chill with him.
I'm good.
Me and him had an argument the day before he went ahead and made the whole video about Toon Kritic and said, hey, can I talk about your experience with Toon for like a few seconds in the video? I was like, sure, I'm cool with it, because I literally didn't care about the fight we had. It was a dumb fight.
No, right about when all that stuff went down, I did have a big discussion with Vita and Jason. They were very forthcoming and helpful, and they've been I've only been talking to Vita at this point, but yeah, he's been very level-headed, and he says, I can't wait for the day where I could wake up and not have to talk about a pedophile anymore. He's like,
Same.
Oh, yeah.
I can't agree more.
He's like, I want to go back to talking about idiots, please, no. And I was like, well, you act like there's like 20 pedophiles. Nope, it's just the same one. Over and over.
It just makes you kind of wish we could have talk about like the KP drama all over again, because at least that shit is not as complicated as this.
Yeah.
No, quick, somebody go jump off a building so we can go talk about that instead.
Yes, I'm not going to go there with you.
No, don't actually jump off a building, please.
Mimikage 2018, don't actually jump off a building. The goat knows.
People are stupid enough to eat fucking Tide Pods. You have to these days.
Oh, fucking kids. Tide Pods.
Fucking millennials.
Oh, it looks like Gushers.
Hey, there's a picture we could get freaking Toon eating a Tide Pod.
Oh my god!
I have drawings out of my sketchbook already if you want me to just finish that and give it to you.
Okay. Oh, Jesus.
I need to see that.
That could be the thumbnail for this. Are you kidding me? That sounds amazing, Mimi. Yes.
Alrighty. I'll go hunt it down and show it to you.
Yeah.
Oh my
He's foaming at the mouth on the floor.
Can I draw? It doesn't need to be the thumbnail or anything, but may I draw it and be shown in the video as well? Because I want to do my own.
Absolutely.
Sweet.
I'm assuming that there's
send
only
it to
going to
you
be.
later.
I'm assuming there's only going to be 3 or 4 fuck Toon Kritic podcasts at most.
Oh yeah, I think the limit should be at 3. So like, try to get as many people as you can for the third one.
I'm assuming the 4th one is, and God be willing, and this is me praying, that is like he's in jail and we all sit there and go, and then just BS about whatever. But that's what I really want. At the end, I want to hear he's in jail. Done.
Yes.
The sad thing is, he might not go to jail because it's because it goes like the Philippines has a stupid.
No, I understand what you're saying, Mimi. First things first, it's where the crime happened. So let's put it this way: Toon's dumb, and he'll keep fucking up. Mm-hmm. And let me tell you, as a gambler, the longer you stay, the house always wins.
Yep.
And now people are paying attention to Toon. Screws up in the wrong way, you never know. people weren't paying attention before. So yeah.
Yeah, that's like the only justice that like I will get when like all this is over is he's in jail. But the thing is that I honestly don't think he's going to get jail time at the very least, because I was looking at like the felonies that he's committed. Like the approximate years he could spend is like maybe 1 to like 3 years or so like that. He might not even get like 1 to 3 years. He might just be put in there for like a couple months.
Okay. I'm going to put it to you like this. Even if Toon wasn't going in there as a sex offender, Toon is not a durable guy. He would. I think they'll break him. He'll come out if he makes it out pretty broke.
Oh no! There was one point, I think at like BronyCon 2016. This was like when I was around the vendor hall. No one was there, but I think at some point like I got so mad and like because he had noticed that like I was there and he had approached me in like the aggressive manner of saying like, why are you even like here? I ended up just slapping him straight in the face, and then that was the only thing he did, and I left like a fairly noticeable look. But I noticed that like when like I was going into his Out the Edge panel, I did notice he was rubbing his cheek multiple times.
He is very dainty.
He's a delicate flower. He's a delicate flower, one with disgusting words of pedophilia read all over it, and it's ripped up and shit.
The one that
he's a flower that needs to get stepped on.
The one that baffled me the most. Did you guys heard about the kitty incident, right?
Oh yeah, where he groped kitty.
Yeah, we were sitting there watching.
Oh yeah, I heard that.
It wasn't. I wouldn't even say it was a grope. He just lightly reached over and poked her on the butt. Like if you guys knew the size of Rustic Shine, her boyfriend, he's a giant. Like dear God. Oh my God. He's a huge motherfucker.
I was craning like half of my back just looking at Rustic.
Yeah? I ain't doing anything to piss off Kitty.
I do not know who that is.
Tiny! No. That was one thing. I was not expecting like a height difference between like a lot of people that like I met. I was not expecting the height difference of like a lot of people. I wasn't even expecting the height difference of Kitty. No offense, Kitty. I love you. But
no, I love Kitty too. Yeah.
I felt like I had to crane down over and just be like, so, how's the view from down there?
That was Massiker Mollie, Kitty.
I signed my death warrant ages ago, so it doesn't matter anymore.
Okay.
This is good. This is good. Finally getting to vent all this fucking...
I'm just happy I can finally take the shit out. I can finally take the Mickey and the piss out of everything now.
Mm-hmm. Like,
now all I can do is just talk shit.
Damn right.
I just kind of got burned out after a while. I'm very about the entire situation now. I just want him to go to jail and for it to be done with.
Oh, did you have the Tide Pod sketch?
I can agree.
What?
Oh, I have to find it. Hold up.
Okay. Yep.
You know what? I have to remember which sketchbook it is. As soon as I find it, I will give it to you.
Woot.
It needs to be like
he's
him eating a Tide. Okay, so like all the fads that came out in 2017, there needs to be one with him eating a Tide Pod while balancing a bunch of fidget spinners.
Let's not make fun of people who use fidget spinners.
They don't insult the fidget spinner users. They have nothing to do with the situation.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I have a fidget spinner in my purse.
I will gladly insult the people who eat Tide Pods, though, because at that point it's just Darwinism at it.
Oh yeah, no, those people are fucking assholes and idiots. Like I can't even like look them straight in the eye for people who think it's a good idea to eat Tide Pods.
Like why?
Did you not even see like the? Did you hear that like Rob Gronkowski had to put out like a PSA on the Tide Pods?
I don't know why they don't just change the design.
Yeah, I mean, like they look like overgrown gushers. Am I the only one who thinks that?
The thing is, if you are over the age of 10, you can read.
Yeah.
You don't need to be told not to eat.
I'm sure you can read at the age of 4, but yeah, I can see what you're saying.
So the only time I'll accept somebody eating a Tide Pod is if you're less than 10 years old and you have terrible parents.
That's like the people that think it's a good idea to lick the Nintendo Switch cartridges.
I mean, even then, those aren't exactly poisonous.
No, they're not poisonous, but it's just like, it's stupid people.
Yeah.
I have zero tolerance for stupidity.
I think Irish John paid Kichi to do it. Does that still count?
I guess I shouldn't be too surprised. You're talking to the country who will happily eat fried fucking butter.
Okay.
That, again, is not toxic. I do remember that being sold in North Carolina at Fall Festival.
Fried butter?
Yeah, with sugar, with glazing sugar.
Yeah, people would eat it and get heart attacks.
That sounds like something from the South. Maybe that's just me.
I don't know. People are fucking stupid. So, yeah, this picture, it's just him. Like, he just swallowed a Tide Pod and he's foaming at the mouth, yet he's trying to eat another one.
Jesus.
Oh my god.
Good lord.
And then I'm probably going to switch this out for FNGR, but it's just me staring at him like, you're fucking retarded, man.
Oh no, he's already retarded. We've already discussed that.
Yeah, but I might switch that out for Anthony, just for fun.
I'm glad my idea was completely different. I'm going to have him, like, doing that shower thing with the pulling of the string, and Tide Pod is just falling, and he looks like a slut. Because that's basically what he is.
Man.
Oh my.
Man whore.
Yep.
That's great. That's perfect. Man
I would
whore.
call him, you could call him a man whore, but that would imply that he's desirable in any way, shape, or form.
He's not.
Oddly enough, actually, I think it was Give and Take's first podcast where he's like, he kind of looks like a freaking stripper. And I was like, do you think he can make money doing that? And I was like, I didn't say he'd be a good stripper.
He's like one of those. He doesn't even get like dollar bills like raining on him. He just gets like pennies.
Pesos. Each peso is 1/10 of a penny.
Make him pay for the wall.
See, Toon is what I would like to call the trash whores, where they're so infested with disease and ugly that nobody will take them even if they're free.
Lord.
That's what Toon is.
Is this a good place to cut it or what?
yeah. I'm sorry. Oh god.
Oh god.
No.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh no, I was just asking because I don't know. Is it a good place to end it on Toon's crotch?
Toon's a fucking piece of shit. Okay.
Yeah. Someone's going to be in the comment sections down below. I'll have you know the venereal diseases are serious problems, and I'm like, shut up.
That sounds like a personal problem.
Yes.
Are you?
I don't know.
I'll have you know that cancer and eating Tide Pods is a very serious problem. You shouldn't be making fun of it with a rape with a pedophile.
I did have some horrible knob in the last freaking comment section going, you guys are laughing about mental retardation. That's mean and shitty. And I was like, Aeon is freaking autistic and he's smarter than me. What do you want about? Get off your bullcrap.
I know.
Yeah.
There are many autistic people that are smarter than the average retard.
Yeah.
And apparently you're not one of them.
And they're all equally disappointing.
Squeak.
That was beautiful.
Oh my god.
That okay to hit stop then?
God.